we were in the earlier lecture we were discussing about logistics information, isn't it? Logistics Information System, or LIS. That was chapter 13. So these are all coming in the fourth module. Okay. Now this is chapter 14, modern logistics infrastructure. This is very easy subject, easy topic. Easily you can understand what is mentioned over here. Some of the like logistics infrastructure which are there in our country now, which is helpful for smooth functioning of the entire logistical and supply chain management and logistics system. Okay, so here you can see one by one we will see logistic infrastructure. You see the meaning first. It is a critical enabler for countries' economic development and urbanization. It includes various facilities like transport infrastructure, site infrastructure, and other infrastructure like logistic parks and all. Like we have already seen that transportation is the lifeline of an economy. Without transportation, nothing can move in an economy, in a country. Like transportation helps in people's movement, it helps in goods and like all different types of movement. So we need a proper infrastructure in order to get these things done smoothly. And nowadays we can say, especially under the Ministry of Road and Highway Transport and all, now a lot of efforts are being done in order to improve the quality of these roadways and all. Especially the current ministry under Nitin Gadkari, they are doing a lot of work in order to support the economy with the help of transportation. Okay, so here we will see some of the important transportation infrastructure which is quite relevant in the country. Okay, this will definitely come for objectives. First one is golden quadrilateral. Golden quadrilateral. You know, I think all of you know the meaning of a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral will be having that 4 points, isn't it? So this is a network of highways connecting India's 4 top metropolitan cities. Top metropolitan cities in India, which is Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. That is, we can say that it is there in the north, it is Delhi. Okay, then almost in the central part, it is Mumbai. Chennai comes in the south, and Kolkata in the eastern part, we can say. So these 4 points, thereby it makes a quadrilateral. So it is connecting. Golden quadrilateral is a network of highways connecting these 4 top metropolitan cities, and it is the largest highway project in India. And when it was started years before. The then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he laid the foundation for this on Jan 1999. It was launched in 2001 and started its operation in 2012. It is one of the largest projects in India, highway projects in our country. And the overall length of the quadrilateral is around 5,846 kilometers, consisting of 4-lane and 6-lane express highways. That 4-lane express and 6-lane, I think you might be knowing. There is good quality construction in all these highways. And the whole project was estimated to cost 60,000 crores, but with half the estimated cost only, the project was completed. Then there is this efficient network that is actually helping in connecting these 4 metropolitan cities. And especially in a large country like India, we need these type of highway projects in order to bring national integration. National integration means bringing the country together, and also for socio-economic development. In India, national highways are maintained by National Highway Authority of India. Ministry, railways, it is under Railway Ministry. Shipping is there is Shipping Corporation of India. Like that, one or the other departments are there which are enabling for the smooth setting up of infrastructure for each and every logistical activity, especially when it comes to transportation. And this highway, that is these quadrilateral, these highway together account for just 2% of the country's total road infrastructure, but it carries around 40% of the total national traffic. That means taking all over the country, Golden Quadrilateral is just 2% of the total roads in the country, but it is connecting that 4 metropolitan cities, thereby creating, or thereby we can say they are carrying around 40% of the total national traffic. Okay, so you have to remember which all cities they are connecting. Golden Quadrilateral, it is a network of highways connecting the top 4 metropolitan cities, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. And with this network of highways, it has boosted a lot of trade and commerce in the country. Now here you can see the benefits of Golden Quadrilateral. It facilitates better and faster transport network between many major port cities and in the country, smoother movement of people and goods, products and people within the country, enables industrial and job development even in smaller towns through which these roads are passing. It provides opportunities for farmers through better transportation of produce from the agricultural land to the major cities. Now here you can see that one important thing, we are always, when we talk about a land or a market or a building a house and all, what do we look? We always need accessibility, isn't it? People normally select areas like where they get easy transportation facilities. So here also, with the help of these golden quadrilateral national highways, it has enabled industrial development in many parts of the country, especially in which those areas these particular highways are connecting. That it is like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. You can just imagine the shape over there. It forms a golden triangle. Sorry, it forms a quadrilateral. Okay, and in between there will be small towns and all, small towns, cities and all. So these places are also getting benefited because of such well established roadways. Okay, here you can see how it is being connected. Golden quadrilateral. It's Delhi, then Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. That is why the shape is like that of a quadrilateral. Okay, so just see in between all these there will be so many small towns, and just imagine the range of employment opportunities for the people over here and industrial development in these areas, because accessibility in road infrastructure and all is very important for getting the work done very easily. So you have to remember this one, golden quadrilateral. Another important infrastructure is logistics parks. What is this logistic park? A logistic park, we can say, these are locations which is containing several types of firms and operations. So what happens here? This is one-stop location, we can say. Let's read this. In this modern age of logistics, businesses are under tremendous pressure to reduce logistic costs and improve service to the customers. All these requirements have put tremendous pressure to developing logistic park. Logistics parks are locations which will have different types of firms and operations at one point. Okay, like we can see, it will include various logistic service providers like transportation service, warehouse service, etc. in one location itself. It will include firms that provide services to logistic companies like truck maintenance, fleet maintenance, software providers, warehouses. Everything is there in one location. We can say over here, clearly it is mentioned one-stop shop for all logistic needs. It can come for objective question. A logistic park is one-stop shop for all logistic needs, and it provides various value-added services as well. You can see one image over here which explains a logistic park. So logistic park means all different types of logistic services are available at one particular location, like transportation, every activity related to transportation, maintenance, garage system, everything, then warehousing, then packaging, material handling, using material handling equipments, everything will be provided at one stop location. So this will be in that particular location which is having good rail, road, air connectivity. Okay, and there is large amount of warehousing place at one place itself. You will get large amount of warehousing space for multiple clients as well, and industries for future expansion, ample truck and office parking space, utilities like weighbridge, commercial complex, diesel generator. It will be a secured place with CCTV, high compound wall and fire protection system, and additional facilities like maintenance, waste management, etc. So when you are having any kind of business, any company and all with near to this logistic park and all, it becomes so much easy for the companies to do their work better. Like, because logistic forms a very important part of every business, and when you're getting all these things at one particular location, it helps to reduce the cost and work also will be completed faster. So logistic park is a location with or one-stop solution for all the logistics requirements. Then there is deep water port. This is again another logistic infrastructure. Port, you know, a port is usually an area or platform entered into from the sea by vessels. Vessels means ship itself. Large, we can say cruise boats and all, luxury boats and all. Board ships, which also allows for protected staging and anchoring or docking for these ships to load and unload the consignments and continue up towards the destination. Now, means why these ports are constructed? Ports are the places where the ships are anchored. Okay, anchored means ships are stopped, and from here people are, maybe if it is a cruise ship and all, for people they enter into from here, or if it is transferring goods or consignments and all, that also is done in the port. Now, deep water ports are also defined to be any port which has the capability to accommodate a fully loaded ship. When we were discussing about this ro-ro lash and all, we had seen about shallow water port. Shallow water port में कैसे होते हैं कि deep, it is not deep, so deep. That is why when large ships are coming, we have to use small barges in order to carry the goods from the shallow water ports to the deep water port. Deep water कैसे है कि deep water port कैसे है कि it is very deep and we can accommodate a fully loaded ship. Very large ship can be kept, can be anchored over here, and it will also have all the facilities like pumping stations and other service platforms in this particular port. And latest technology is available, and nowadays most of the ports are even taking into consideration the environmental aspects as well. They are responsible for oil spill prevention, cleaning that entire area, and all the related aspects. So major deep water ports in India, that is located in Kandla, then there is Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, then New Mangalore, Cochin, Visakhapatnam and all. This is used mainly for anchoring large ships. All the facilities for loading, unloading the consignments and related associated facilities are provided at deep water port. And these are the highlights. Modern diversified facilities. It is used for loading and unloading. Premier cruise destination, skilled labor force, 24-hour access. What is this cruise destination? You might have seen many foreigners and all, they travel a lot in this large ships and all, luxurious cruise destination and all, luxurious boats and all. In that very large ships itself, they will be having all the facilities like full time. They will be having facilities for entertainment. Even swimming pools will be there in such large cruise ships and all. I think, I'm not sure whether you might have seen the movie Titanic. That is one example of a cruise ship where everything will be there. So it cannot be anchored in every port. For that, deep water ports only should be there. Okay. Then there is dedicated freight corridor. Freight means consignment, goods which are being transported. So dedicated freight corridor means only dedicated for the movement of goods train. Goods train, all of you might have seen, goods train and passenger train. So dedicated means it's only dedicated for goods train movement. Dedicated freight corridor can be described as a network of railway lines dedicated for the movement of freight trains. Such dedicated freight corridors are separate from the passenger railway network to ensure uninterrupted movement of the freight train. Okay, railway tracks with this often provide with a higher voltage overhead power than the normal passenger railway network, so that the freighter trains can attain higher speeds. Many times we see crossings होते हैं, crossings की वजह से the trains will be getting delayed. So when there is a separate corridor, separate way path for this goods train, they can send the goods, they can transport the goods much faster. And it's a company, it's a corporation run by India, Government of India, to undertake planning, development and construction and maintenance of dedicated freight corridors. It is also there in many parts of the country, which is exclusively used for movement of goods train. Then there is Golden Quadrilateral Freight Corridor also. Same way, just like how we have seen railway highways, here also linking the 4 metropolitan cities, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. It is like north, south together, Delhi and Chennai, and east and west together. So this is also most important one. Like it is again one of the most important revenue earning revenue earning path of Indian Railways, because 4 metropolitan cities itself, we can understand the almost all the economic development of the country is happening in these 4 important, like connected to these 4 important major cities, and with these cities the other towns are also getting benefited. So benefits are, it is used only for running the freight train. This leads to faster speed and efficiency. It is mainly for running longer and heavier trains, and road transport dependence can be reduced. Here and transit time will be guaranteed. There is quicker and reliable service. Now, another one is ICD or CFS. This is another platform which is, again, I'll read it first. Inland, in short, it is read as ICD and CFS. Inland Container Depots or Container Freight Station. Common facility made available for temporary storage of export-import containers and empty containers. Okay, and it is again having so many infrastructural facilities with warehouses, adequate handling equipments and all. It is again for a platform for activities such as loading, unloading, transporting, stuffing and all for containers. We have already seen what is containers. Then containerization we had seen when we were discussing about transportation in the second module. So CFS and ICD, they provide value added services also like custom clearance, then the refrigerated warehousing, less than container consolidation means containers will be very large. So उसमें भी breakup करने के लिए भी help करते हैं. Hub and spoke services means for any other queries and all. The difference between both are similar only, but there is one difference. Function wise, both are similar. Otherwise, we can say that CF is an off-dock facility. Off-dock means, and ICD, see, first you receive this. ICD is that CF is an off-dock facility located near the service ports. ICD is generally located in the hinterland, in the interior areas. CFS is almost like near to the service ports. ICD will be little bit interior. And CFS is an off-dock facility near the servicing ports. It is very helpful for decongesting the port because immediately with the help of this system, they can shift the cargoes and they can sort out any type of custom related activities over there. Otherwise, there is no functional difficulty between these two. Then functions are mentioned over here: receipt and dispatch or delivery of containers, stuffing, destuffing of containers, custom clearance, temporary storage of cargo and containers, maintenance and repairs of container units, etc. Advantages are that it can be used as a temporary warehouse. It will be very large. It can be helpful for custom clearance, better relationship between different companies, reducing congestion at the port because ports should always be kept free because ports mein kaise hai ki ships, large ships will be coming and going. So in order to reduce the congestion over there, this is helpful, increases business transactions. Disadvantages are it requires more space, it may create additional cost, and it also requires material handling equipments and trained staff for managing the activities over here. Then there is maritime logistics. Maritime logistics, the name itself you can understand. Maritime means it is related to water body. So this is involving the movement or shipment of goods and people using waterways like sea or ocean or whatever it is. And here also 80% we can say, more than 80% of the work is done in carried out by sea. Even we have already seen that waterways is one of the oldest form of transportation. In that way, we can say that the relevance of maritime is still there in the country, not only in the country, throughout the world. And this is maritime logistics. Now, before ending, I'll just start from the beginning once again. We'll discuss the remaining topics in the next lecture. We are discussing about modern logistics infrastructure, golden quadrilateral, logistic pumps. Golden quadrilateral will be connecting the top 4 metropolitan cities: Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata. Then there is logistic parks, one-stop solution for all the logistical activities. Deep water port, exclusively for stationing or anchoring large cruise ships. Dedicated freight corridor, mainly for, or we can say it is dedicated to only goods train, so that the congestions can be avoided. ICD or CFS, it is for containers. Okay,